The Oklahoma City Thunder avenged their loss from last week against the Bulls, defeating them tonight in Chesapeake Energy Arena 121-96, and it was all about the second quarter, and particularly Paul George. Paul George goes 6 for 6 from the field, including 3 for 3 from the three-point line, finishes with 23 points at halftime, only finished with 24 points, got his only point off of a technical free throw, which came from quite the scuffle in the third quarter between Russell Westbrook, Chris Dunn, Robin Lopez, and Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, Robin Lopez got in quite the little wrestling match near the Thunder bench. As 4 technicals were assessed after the officials reviewed the play, a lot of shoving, wrestling match between Grant and Lopez. Eventually, Robin Lopez was ejected after receiving a second technical later on in the third quarter, but after that, it was just all Thunder from there. The Thunder dominate this win, and let's go check out and see what Billy Donovan, Russell Westbrook, Jeremy Grant, Paul George had to say about the win.
Russ, everybody at Shoot-Around this morning talked about the intensity you guys had to bring on the defensive end against these guys tonight. You guys did that from the beginning. What does that look like?
It looks like 5 guys defending, having each other back, taking pride in defending your matchup, having your teammates back, and that's what it looks like.
6 guys in double figures. Again, we've said that numerous times this year. Maybe in the past it's been like a handful of times all year. What's been the biggest difference offensively in sharing the ball?
Just find an open guy. Whoever's open, making the right play, regardless of who scores it. We score. That's the most important part.
It can be easier said than done in the NBA to just go out and take care of business for 48 minutes. Why do you think you guys were able to do that at such a high level tonight?
Just worried about us. When we worried about ourselves and our team, and not worried about the other teams doing stuff to beat us.
Are there things that you're doing as a leader in huddles or as the game's going on to ensure there's not dips? There weren't really any tonight.
Always. No, that's my job. My job is to make sure that we all on the same page, all in tune on offense and defense, and we make sure we play at a level that's our standards and not nobody else's.
Russ, there was news today with Billy and his contracts and options that picked up. He'll be your coach again next year. What was your reaction to hearing about that?
I didn't hear about it until just now. But, I mean, that's exciting, man. Billy's been nothing but great for the organization, for myself. He's been very understanding when he first got here and until the same now, and excited to have him back.
Russ, were you surprised they've gotten a technical in that?
Man, sorry. Next question.
Did you happen to see video of that? It was a little unusual.
Next question.
Well, Chicago's coach kind of had Jeremy in a headlock.
Next question.
We just played to our identity, played our style, our brand of basketball, and that got us through tonight.
Well, we know you're a great player, but in the second quarter, you go on that sort of a personal run, and I'm just wondering, is the basket bigger? Is the game slower for you than maybe the other 9 guys on the court during those moments?
Yeah, I mean, I know when I'm in a good rhythm, and I just feel, it just comes down to repetition. Whether it's footwork, whether it's lining myself up for the shot, everything does slow down a bit. It's more of a repetition thing that I've done so many times, so many years. That I kind of just fall back into a rhythm that I'm used to.
Do you recognize being in that zone when you're in it?
Absolutely.
Paul, Billy mentioned in the second half Chicago decided to trap you, and then you were responsible for a handful of hockey assists. Just your evolution as a facilitator, distributor on this team, like how has that evolution gone, and how did you see it tonight?
Well, I just, if they're going to send 2 to the ball, just make the game easy. Not only, I just think it gets everybody involved. When they put 2 on me, and it gives the next man the opportunity to make plays and be involved in the offense, and they make great plays out of it. So I trust everybody in uniform here. So we just make the game easy for one another.
Paul, are you okay with in the third quarter you don't make any shots, but like Billy said, you're facilitating, you're creating those shots for other guys. Are you okay with that, with the flow of the game when the shots aren't falling for you? But
yeah, we won by 30. I did my work early.
Paul, you're out there usually at the end of that first quarter when the reserves are coming in. They haven't played yet. They haven't necessarily gotten into a rhythm. Is there a focus for you to help those guys get a touch, get a feel, get into a flow?
Yeah, I work with Dennis. Dennis comes in kind of towards that later first quarter, but I'm usually the one that's been the longest. I try to get, him into the game a little easier instead of coming right in and having to make plays. I try to be assertive, especially in that moment, just to make the game, flow a little easier for him when I go out and he has to take over the offense. So just try to get everybody involved.
Do you think Russ is playing a different style of basketball this year than he did last year? I mean, it seems
In terms of what?
in terms of he doesn't seem to shoot as much. I don't know what the numbers say, but it just seems like he's not. He doesn't have as many 24-shot games and those kinds of things. And he has crazy rebound numbers. I mean, he's doing things he's never done before and doing less of it. He just seems to have sort of changed his game a little bit.
I'm not sure. I mean, the guy is still triple-double. I think, if anything, I see a big jump defensively in him, where he's taking those matchups and he's wanting those matchups, and defensively he's getting after guys. I think offensively he knows, I try to take pressure off him. Dennis is taking pressure off him. He can just play the game. He doesn't have to, worry about us getting us shots. We want him to play the game and get comfortable out there.
Paul, from your vantage point, what was happening with all the pushing and shoving around the bench? What did you see?
Same thing y'all saw. Really, I saw the same thing y'all saw. It just got a little chippy, but, we kept rolling.
Paul, I don't know if you saw the news about Billy having his option picked up for next season. What was your reaction to hearing about that?
It's great. It's great. I'm here for multiple years. Russ is here for multiple years. Coach will be here multiple years. That's good. It's good for Billy. I just how it could be with pressure, and Sam really alleviated that and allowed him to just coach us and not have to worry about that.
Billy talked last week, I think, about how your guys' always learned you more and learned things like you don't want plays just drawn up for you, want to play in the flow. What is your relationship? How has it developed and changed over the past?
Yeah, I mean, we got a better understanding of one another, but I mean that just takes time being together. I've always been, even in Indiana, didn't necessarily like plays ran for me. I kind of just like the freedom just to play. That's always how I've been better. And Billy has given me that freedom. We've had a lot of talks, a lot of communications, when to be aggressive, when to attack, when to make plays, when to be, assertive, when to look for one another. We have those talks, so we have good chemistry.
I think we just did a great job of playing defense, getting stops, so we can get out in transition and make the game easy for us.
Jeremy, did you know who was grabbing you to pull you out of that scuffle there in the third quarter?
Nah, I didn't see it until to the end. Yeah.
What's your reaction to the opposing coach kind of grabbing you around the neck and pulling you away like that?
Trying to protect his team. Yeah, pretty much it.
Didn't bother you at all?
I mean, just scuffle. I mean, stuff gonna happen.
How did it get started?
Done push Russ. Don't know why he didn't get attacked, but yeah, just trying to protect my teammates.
And then did you and Robin just kind of get crossed up, both going over into protect teammates?
Yep.
The Thunder are on the road Wednesday night in Sacramento before having 3 days off, and then playing on the road again Saturday against the Utah Jazz before returning back to Oklahoma City Sunday to face the Minnesota Timberwolves.